Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Join me every week. This is my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro House Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show, the last show of 2024. We're at episode 465, and it is December 18th, 2024. We're hanging out in the Adafruit Discord server. If you want to join us throughout the show, you can drop in and say hi. GIFs, GIFs, memes, memes, all those are good. Live broadcast chat channel in the Adafruit Discord server. The URL for that, if you are new to Discord, you're going to type in discord.gg/Adafruit, and that'll get you straight to the Adafruit Discord server. We're hanging out there, and we got a nice packed show for everybody. We got a new learn guide, project, new parts. We have shop talk. We have Time-lapse Tuesday video. What else do we have?
Got a couple makes.
We got a couple of makes, community makes from awesome people that are making projects, printer tips, all that and more on, where's the thing? 3 Hangouts featuring a new printer. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. We're going to run through the morning stuff by paying some bills. Adafruit.com/free has all the details for all the freebies that are going on. If you order a certain amount of things with Adafruit, you'll get some freebies. Starting off with orders that are $99 or more, you get a free PCB coaster with a golden Adafruit logo. If your order is $149 or more, you'll get the PCB coaster plus a Adafruit KB2040. That's the lovely dev board featuring the RP2040 chip. If your order is $199 or more, you get those 2 items plus free UPS ground shipping for the continental US only. And at the top tier, $299 or more, you get the free shipping, the KB2040, the PCB coaster, and a free Circuit Playground Express. On top of that, viewers of the show that are watching live can use our 10% off discount code this week. Today, it's PieTouch. Use this code at checkout and you'll get 10% off your whole order. And we'll have another discount later tonight on Ask an Engineer. But for now, if you want to order your stuff now, PieTouch is the coupon code.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Listen in a couple links here for the newsletter. Subscribe to that. Got a couple of different ones on CircuitPython, reprinting, maker business news.
And the IoT monthly from Brent.
Yes.
Very good stuff. We got a couple folks joining in live. We got Squid.jpg Vince. Hello. Thank you for joining us on the last show of 2024. What a year it's been.
See. Oh, and gotta plug this one as well. With Christmas right around the corner, you want to get something for your maker in your life. There's always the Adafruit gift certificates. No need to wait for shipping on those. Those will work right away. With some awesome artwork by our very own Bruce Yan designer.
We've got a gift guide list if you want to look at our gift guides. We have a blog post about it. And we have a coupon. We have a 50% off code. 15% off. That's going on right now, so you can use that. I don't know if you can use 2 coupon codes. Can you just use one?
I think we
stopped that.
Stopped that bug.
Yeah, there used to be a bug where you can use 2 coupon codes, and you would get 20% off. Anyway, Gibson 15 will get you 15% off. You should probably use that one. Sorry, I forgot about that one.
That's fine.
But we make one every week, so we're doing the show, so might as well do one. Cool. Gibson 15. Hack the holidays. What else is on the blog that I
the shipping deadlines, I think.
Shipping deadlines.
They were too late, right, for any more shippings?
Perhaps. Here we go. Adafruit holiday shipping deadlines. Get them by the 23rd. and then you can look at these different tiers: UPS ground, 3-day, 2-day, next day air, and then of course USPS. Yeah. There you go. Thought I'd bring that up.
Very cool.
Yeah. Adafruit blog. That's where we get all the news about Adafruit and beyond. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah. Are we ready for PyTouch?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this week's project. Just launched on the Adafruit Learning site with all the files needed to 3D print your very own PyTouch V2 case.
Yeah, let's make this bigger.
Yeah, so it features the main case right here that houses, so the case is big enough to house a Raspberry Pi 5, along with the cooling fan, as well as the NVMe, which is non-volatile memory extension export.
It's a hat. It's a M.2 hat.
Yeah.
Plus.
All that to say, the little SSD card that you can fit in there. I should have had my screwdriver so you can see the inside of that, but we'll take a look at the guide. You have your vents for the cooling fan, of course, all your ports for HDMI, USB-C, and then on the side, we have all the USB ports for using your Ethernet cable and all that. All the ports are there available. The case mounts to the existing standoffs on the back of the screen, and then on top of that, we're mounting the lid and then the little hinge that you can attach to your wall. So this is a print-in-place hinge. It's got little 3 arms on there that allows you to move that around. So we did go ahead and put an order into JLPCB so we can stock this. This will be available in the store. So as we get all the tolerances all worked out. It looks like they shipped it last night, so we're going to offer it in the very cool jet black resin material. That should be really cool. Just using the Galaxy Black for this demo. So the parts include the lid, the case, and then a little base that you can attach to your wall. And that just slides in like that. So it's modular.
Yeah.
The case that I included has the little holes that you can attach to a stud on your wall. This one does not have the holes because it was when I was still prototyping it. Okay. But that allows you, it looks like this. So you can attach either the base. The base can attach straight to the studs, or if you don't want it to be modular, you can just use the holes that are on any of the ARM bases as well. So you can either fasten that in or just use the modular base. And what we're using is the M3 command strips. Super happy that the weight of this is plenty to support that. But the base is big enough to have 2 of the command strips for extra security. So you can attach that to what we were using it for all our demos was the tile in the kitchen, and that held on a little too well with just one strip. So that definitely holds it. It is rated for, I think, 12 pounds, one of the strips. Yeah. I should have weighed how much this weighs, but it was plenty. I really had to go in there with a little spudger to actually remove the command strip when I was repositioning it. So it has a very nice hold on it. So yeah, we'll have this in stock, hopefully like in a week or 2. Let's see how fast the shipment is able to get here during the holidays. And then because we're using the bamboos, which is pretty close to what the resin printers that the JLPCB is using, the tolerances should be good. But I did have several different tolerances so we can speed up the prototyping for this. There is a 0.25 millimeter gap on the faces for the little pin that is inside here. So hopefully that does not fuse in the parts that we ordered. Let's see, the cutaway is big enough to plug in your USB-C and of course your multiple HDMI ports. I tested the size of the Raspberry Pi HDMI cables, so those should fit good if you want to have a second display attached. And then the other smaller arm hinge, I'll put those up if you guys want. I actually did not put the stand. I just realized that if you wanted to have it be on your desk, forgot to put that. I'll put that
the
up.
stand's a really kind of general, all-around, multi-purpose.
Yeah. I tried getting an estimate from JLPCB on how much this was going to be. It was like $30. So I was like,
yeah, it's a big.
Go ahead and print this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, same way, it just snaps on like that, or slides in, and then the foot is long enough so it should not tip over. So it makes an excellent little desktop computer with a Pi 5. The speed on it is plenty good for a general purpose little desktop machine. We had the M.2 editor on here earlier, doing some CircuitPython editing on some of the project codes. I should have brought that out, but super cool that you're able to run things like M.2 on here, as well as your general browser. What is it? YouTube plays really nice on here. There's the M.2 editor. For some reason, the latest update for Raspberry Pi, the on-screen keyboard little buggy doesn't show up, so we're using the Bluetooth keyboard, the one with the little
nice
touchpad attached, so that works very well. Let's see. We have Adafruit I/O running on here, so all that loads nice and speedy, nice and buttery smooth with the touch. Covering it up there. With the touch, it is a touch screen. I think it supports up to 5 fingers, is what it said on the specs for that. And of course, YouTube loads nice and fast. You guys were saying on last week's show that Bluetooth speakers should connect on to this pretty well, since there are no like mounts to hook up a speaker, but a Bluetooth speaker should work very well. I saw right there in the little drop down in the taskbar that you can set it up to be discoverable and connect to a speaker.
Very good.
Let's see. Just reading the comments there. Somebody's working on a rubberized Pi Touch display for their Clockwork Pi. Oh, cool.
Nice.
Just got to get around to the SAS shrink. Oh, yeah. The shrinkage on that. You can go ahead and check out the step files if you want to look at the what measurements I was using for making your own case. You want to cross-reference some of the sizes that I used for fitting those 2 hats on there. Let's see, stand has a little hole for the USB-C case. I should have made like a little slit so I could take this off, like slide this cable off when demoing, sliding it off.
Right, yeah.
But all the files are there if you want to edit that. Nice viewing angle too. I think it's like a 15-degree angle. So when you're sitting at your desk, you should get a good view.
Yeah, it's a good IPS display. So
yeah, it's beautiful. I forgot the resolution on it. We said it in the video.
Yeah, I think it's 1080p.
Very nice resolution.
Right here.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it says it's 1280 by 720.
There you go.
All right. I mean, it is 7 inches, so.
So yeah, excellent little desktop computer. And of course, the main thing is being able to hang this up in spots like we were saying in the kitchen. So if you want to pull up like a recipe or something, it'll be a little bit more easier than having your iPad out or your phone.
Yeah, I got to set mine up. That'll be my holiday thing I'm going to do, because I'm currently using the printer right now.
Oh, yeah. See, nice comment here. The weight for holding it steady. Yeah. The trick for it to be nice and steady and to hold the weight was just to increase the base for the stand so it doesn't tip over.
Yeah, it looks like 10 millimeters thick, I believe. Is that right?
No, this is 3 millimeters. The thickness.
Really?
No, I'm talking about it's the length of the base.
Oh, of course, the length is wider than
Yeah. It's like 10.
It's like 10 millimeters thick, so it's nice and thick.
I don't know. I got to look at the, the Fusion file. I forgot. But no, what made it what makes nice and steady is how long the base was, not how wide it is. But you could increase the width if
Yeah,
you needed to.
totally.
Nope.
Yeah, I have it open here. I'm looking. It is 8 millimeters thick.
There you go.
And the width of it is 120 millimeters long. And then it's 70 millimeters wide.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot all my own numbers.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very sturdy. Yep, I did test that out. I was trying to make it smaller, but it would tip over.
Yeah. Cool.
Let's see. Any other things I could say about it?
I get the Learn Guide open if you want to run through.
Yeah.
It's more of a place to house that, to store the files, but a little bit of an assembly, I guess. Yeah.
Where am I? Here, and let's go ahead and jump into the Learn Guide. Like you were saying, yeah, this is like just the repository to hold all of the files, to edit any of the design stuff that you want, or just print out your own. And of course, all the parts that you could pick up. Looks like everything is in stock. The Raspberry Pi 5. We have them in a couple different flavors. I think up to the 8 gigabyte RAM one, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh no, that's a display. That's in stock as well. There we go. I linked the 2 gig because I figured that'd be the most that would be in stock. But yep, looks like we have all of them: 2, the 4, and the 8 gig RAM versions of this. It has all the display ports for connecting the screen, as well as the SSD ports. So lots of nice attachments available. You got the active cooling fan, the SSD. We just released or just started stocking the 512 gig version as well. And I did not try booting off this, but there is an app right in the toolbar that lets you just copy a Pi image, so you can make it right on there after you make an image with the SD micro card. So that's the route I went. Just burn an image on the Mac, on the SD card, and then from there you can burn the image for the NVMe SSD card. So boot off that and have it be, I guess, way faster.
Yeah.
Nice little shot here of all the parts. I did add some Kapton tape to the active cooling fan because I noticed that it was making contact with the M.2 hat on the bottom. So I didn't want anything to short out, and just to be safe, I just added little pieces of Kapton tape.
Okay.
So that is not standard. Just wanted to point that out. Because all the images that I looked online to make sure that I was layering the boards correctly, I didn't see any that were using the M.2 Hat with the active cooler fan.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if they didn't, take a look at that.
Yeah, I ran into
gap size.
A bit of an issue, not with shorting anything out, just like it wouldn't sit flush. So I ended up using the extra tall headers to add on the
exactly what I was segueing into. So
There you go.
definitely want to pick these up. Once I inserted these, I could not take these off to like show assembly of it.
It's got a real tight fit.
Yeah, I actually pulled off one of the pins. I was able to pop it back in, but I could not get it off.
Yeah.
But you are definitely going to need one of these stacking headers so that the M.2 Hat can fit right on top, or there's enough room to actually plug the fan into. And then of course you're going to need your 27-watt power supply. Definitely going to need that to power the power hungry Pi 5 and of course the screen. So don't forget to pick that up if you don't already have one. And then of course the screws for assembly using the M.2 by 6mm long screws. 16 of those.
Steel screws.
Yep.
Not
So they'll
nylon.
create.
Need the steel
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. You're gonna need the metal so that it can create the threads on the printed case.
Mm-hmm.
The nylon ones I did use for attaching the Pi itself to the screen,
Oh,
and
okay.
those are included with the display.
Oh, they are nice.
Yep. And then the command strips, it's the large adhesives from M3. Like we were saying, the base plate is wide enough to hold two of these side by side if you want to make sure that it has extra, that it's extra secure to your wall.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was using, again, the tile in the kitchen, so I'm guessing that's why I had a very nice adhesion. But if you're trying to attach it to like drywall,
Yeah,
I don't know if that's going to hold up as well. You
it
do have,
does. I think it will. We use we're in an apartment, and all of these things behind you are attached with command
oh, okay.
strips from 3M.
Yeah, like they're
I can
saying.
attest that they work very well.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
I know they have a 50-pound command strip as
Oh,
well.
nice.
So
50 pounds.
if you're like stacking more stuff on top of it, you can pick one of those up instead of the 12-pound rated strip. Let's see what else. Those are all the parts. Yeah, let's go look at the printing part for this. The only support material that you're going to need will be for the cutouts for the USB.
Yeah.
I can get rid of. I don't know if there's a support blocker. I didn't spend any time to check out the Bamboo Studio.
Support blocker.
See if there's a support blocker, but it doesn't need one on the base.
Yeah. Okay.
But you will need one on the little USB cutout. And I did add here the supports, just the tree, the auto tree, and then the support angle is 80 degrees. And then for the support regions, critical only.
Yeah. Interesting. I got a little note here. With the new Bamboo X1C, I am confident that I can print multiple parts on the plate. With my Creality printer, I would only print one part at a time, because anytime I try to print multiple parts, one of them would fall off, or the quality of the layers would just would be reduced because I'm printing multiple things and it has to like move. And it's like, I don't know, for whatever reason, my Creality couldn't handle it. Yeah, but now I can print a whole case, multiple parts on one plate, and be confident that it's gonna be perfect.
I know. I'm contemplating now if I even need all these Creality printers now with the speed.
Yeah, I mean,
let's see. I think it's 40 minutes to print the case. Usually would have been 4 hours. So I was able to catch a bunch of stuff that, before I'd be like, oh no, I'm gonna have to let this slide because I am out of time. Now I'm able to go back in there and do multiple iterations. And the tolerance for this, pretty confident that the parts will receive back the resin printed parts for stocking in the store should be pretty dead on. So
yeah,
definitely speeding up prototyping and production for getting these into the store.
Yeah, very good.
Let's see, so yeah, you can edit the design, which is the Fusion 360 file. You can get all the different formats from here too, or you can just download the F3D or the step and the STLs. And the file includes the stand. Like I was saying, I didn't upload this separate, but it's all in one design, so you can just grab it from there. And that includes the case, the lid. The lid had some nice little detail, nothing major, just the nice note to point out if you're designing a case that is going to have weight on it. It's a good idea to put like these little what are they? These little like bars, so that you have weight on these, and so it doesn't deform the top part right here. So again, that's one of those things I was able to go back in there and be like, oh no, I'm seeing some deformity in the from the weight bearing. So you can add these in there, and it's just like a 1.5 millimeter little bar that helps to support the case when there's weight on it.
Yep.
You can see the pins here too. These are 3 millimeter diameter pins, so should hold a nice amount of weight.
Nice.
So we're gonna go,
Nice explosion view there with the
way that goes in there.
yeah.
And in the sketches for this, I should have had the Fusion loaded, but now I can just talk about it. It's just one sketch that will control the diameter of all the pins, and then the tapering that happens right here for the that holds the pin in place.
Yep.
So if you need to make these even thicker because you're mounting more stuff on it, you can increase the diameter of that, make it thicker if you want, or if like the tolerances, if you're still like on the Creality printers, you can you'll definitely need to make the pin a little bit bigger, and then the holes for this wider to compensate for any like any of the melting that'll happen from the
the Z theme is pretty prominent on Creality printers.
Yeah, that should work.
Cool.
Nice little point too is that I actually had to increase the gap between it when I sent it over to the JLC PCB. They wanted like a 0.5 millimeter gap, and I had like a 0.25.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh wow, the Bamboos have a higher detail quality than the resin printers that are using there. That was interesting to get feedback on that.
Yeah.
All right, jumping into assembly. Like we were saying before, the display comes with the nylon screws that are used to fasten the Pi itself to the display. You want to orient it where the display port is close to the ribbon cable on the display. So those will plug in. Your mount for the fan, there are little screw holes on the inside of the Pi board itself too. They're right next to the screws that adhere to the display. And these are like these little nylon push screws that pop in. 2 of them will help anchor it to the Pi, to the top of the Pi. There are these little, what it is, like these pads, like thermal pads that you'll align to the processor itself. So they can do the heat exchange to the heat sink. I just peel those off and attach those. And like we were saying in the beginning, the Kapton tape, I just added those to the screws that are making contact to the bottom of the M.2 Hat. I should have linked those. We do have those in the store as well. Little Kapton tape to adhere to those screws. The M.2 Hat mounts with the little cutout aligned to where the display is, a little cutout right there. And the instructions tell you on inside the box too for the M.2 Hat how to assemble this as well. And you want to attach this and then seat your ribbon cable to attach it. I used a pair of tweezers to be able to push the little what are these called, the little push thingies,
the tabs,
the little tabs to lock in the ribbon cable. The case goes right over the top. Just be careful with the fan wire that plugs into the pins here. Let's just go over that, slide in, and then attach on the corners of the display. Lid goes right on top. It can be any orientation, and then the hinge attaches to the lid, and then like we were saying, you could use the command strips, or just find a stud on the wall if that's how you want to attach it. And that's what that looks like. Just make sure you have clearance to actually fit the arm over. Like in terms of, in this case right here, there's like a cabinet right on top of here. I just had to make sure that I had enough clearance to actually fit the arm over when you're sliding it into the base. And that is pretty much it. I did include the link here to boot off the NVMe SSD.
Yeah.
Just a nice.
Do we have a guide, or is that like a Raspberry Pi's?
That's Raspberry Pi.
Okay.
So it just tells you, command wise, get it to boot. You want to rearrange your boot priority. So if you have, you're using different images like on the SD card or the SSD, and you want to boot in a different order.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know you can do HTTP boot.
Oh, yeah, good.
All the documentation from them is there, and
Very
then
good.
nice little GIF on the range you get with the hinges. It's a nice little demo of that.
Yeah. So much articulation.
Cool. And
Cool.
that is the guide.
Yeah, on holiday break, I'm gonna go ahead and start printing out the parts, and then put it together. I got all the things to put mine together.
So,
I'll probably do the NFC Pi that I have, and then be able to maybe rework it, maybe somehow. I don't know. I'll see. Yeah, it'd be nice to have.
Yeah. I think the only thing you need is just the screw mount holes. So you just grab the sketch for the screw mount holes.
Yeah. Okay.
And that should attach to the back of your lid.
Yeah. Modular. Very nice. All right. Got a couple comments here. Let's see. We got on the Discord. Yanni is saying for the next Raspberry Pi monitor arm and stand, maybe we could do something with the Pi 500. That's the new keyboard with the Pi built into it.
I saw somebody make actually, I think it was a blog post, maybe Ann or somebody on the CS team, where it's a 3D printed mount for the back of that display.
Yeah.
So you can attach the Pi to it.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not the Pi 500, but just the Pi attaching to the back of the 15-inch display from Raspberry Pi.
Yeah. Yep.
Where I saw that.
And I got one of these here earlier this week, the new Pi.
The monitor
has built-in speakers, and it's got like a fully enclosure, but it's not really designed to have. Maybe it is. Are these Pi holes?
No. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody printed something a mount so you could attach the Pi 5 right to the back of that.
Yeah, it's cool.
I should have picked one up too.
Yeah, they're out of stock. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
We'll get them next year's
every
project.
time I'm like, oh man, I don't want all this stuff.
All right. Yeah.
We're definitely in the. We got too many parts and components. It's like, man.
Yeah. Every 3 years, you can recycle them.
Yeah.
Vince is saying, what's the build quality on the JLC services? They're pretty good. I mean, we're stocking cases right now, and they're all from JLC. At least the resin, the white resin parts. And you'll get your, when we're back from break, Pedro will take us through all of the different parts that he has using their jet black resin and their white resin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just wanted to post this comment.
Oh yeah, this is great. Nick Tickery said I ended up giving away my Ender 3 within 24 hours of getting the Bamboo X1C. Yeah, if I had some local friends here that needed a printer, I'd totally donate mine as well.
Yeah, I did that to one of the CR10 Pro. Smart Pro, the other Pro. It was like it was all decked out too. It had like the Nautica fans installed and everything. And I just gave that to our nephew.
Yeah.
Like, here, take this.
That's fine. Yep. Very good. It's the season of giving. So sorry, I keep clicking away and you're clicking that too. Okay, I think we're all caught up. Let's talk about prototyping kind of thing. I'm working on a project here. So I got this weird kind of idea where I wanted to make this like this kind of candy cane style enclosure, and I ended up coming up with 2 parts. So I have a kind of a reddish color part and then the white color part. And the idea is that these two are supposed to slide in together. I'm sure you've seen some things like that before, the pass-through kind of designs. But this is a very challenging print because it's very thin. It's 2 millimeters thick or thin. And they have a lot of overhang details. So this was printed on the Bambulab X1C with PLA from Polymaker, your standard Polymaker PLA. But take a look at the very not so desirable edges here. They're actually really bad. And this is default
cruelty quality.
This is like cruelty quality stuff, right? And so, I printed this out a couple times and I was like, why does this keep coming out like crap? Like, excuse my language, but they're not the best edges. You can see here on at least one of them, it looks perfect, but then the rest of them, it starts curling up and creating these nasty overhangs. And this isn't like it's probably like 30 degrees of an overhang, and that should print pretty well. And the end, Bamboo has like a nice documentation on like how to troubleshoot some print issues, and they have like a whole article on getting good overhanging. And so the easiest thing to do was to reprint it at 50% speed. So this is the exact same model, the exact same filament, and the only difference here in terms of settings is slowing it down 50%. And that's still really fast. This thing printed in like 10
Really good.
minutes.
Oh, wow.
So the idea here is that,
print.
yeah, so this one's printed at full 100 speed, it takes like 10 minutes.
Wow.
And the idea is that these two mate like this and they slide in like that so that you can create this kind of like candy cane, peppermint kind of enclosure detail with the two colors. Originally, I was going to, this is a test print here of using the AMS, the multi-material stuff, to create a single unified part, so I didn't have to print two parts separately. But the thing here is you got a lot of waste still, and it takes a lot longer to print. So this is probably like 30 minutes, and look how much, it's like that thick, that tall. But the walls are all fused perfectly together, and it's one part instead of printing two parts. But you can print this faster than this, and you get like a whole part in the zero waste here. There's no waste here. So the real tip here is just like, if you're printing something that is very thin and has some overhang and you're getting this kind of quality, just slow the printer down. It's too fast for its own good when it comes to something like this intricate. And this reminds me of the first print fail that I had when I printed an ornament that had these very small swoops, and it fell off the bed, and I ended up turning up the bed temperature and slowing that down. This, I did not have to turn the bed temperature down because I just put a big brim on it. But yeah, it was interesting that like, oh, even something that's a little bit challenging to print, just slow it down, and then you can create some really beautiful geometry. So what is this going to be? I think this might, if we can get it done in time, it's going to be an IoT switch for holiday tree. So I'm trying to share my Fusion 360 here. It's right over here. It didn't show up because I hit it. There it is. Share. And there is Fusion 360. So this is let me bring it in the stage and then go over here. Stop.
No, I didn't click them yet.
Okay, good. You can see my screen here. So this is the idea, is to have a 100 millimeter arcade button to actuate our smart outlet using Adafruit IO and Whippersnapper, or actually not Whippersnapper, it's a Snap, because it's a Snap can take Apple HomeKit devices and allow you to integrate it with Adafruit IO. So that's what we're doing here. It's really, really simple project in terms of the electronics. It's just one dev board, the the Feather ESP32S2, and then just this arcade button. And that's it, because any other bells and whistles, like I don't think I can have all those things done in time for like the next 2 days. So I'm waiting on this red filament, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, but the top here is going to be a multi-material part. Sorry, I think I messed up here. These 4 items. Yeah, so this is the top here. It's going to be just kind of a press fit thing, but it is multi-material. And I already did the slicing of it. It's going to take about 3 hours to print. That's not too bad for the top cover. And then the other parts, the actual case part, is printed in 2 parts. This is a pretty big print. It's 100, what is it? 140 millimeters diameter and 88 millimeters tall. So it's a pretty big print. So if this was a 1 part print, it would take probably 8 hours, 12 hours to print, and it would be a lot of waste. So I ended up doing this thing here where it's just you print the main body of the case in one part, and then you print this piece out in as a separate part, and then they just slide together. Hence why I did this little demo here. I just kind of scaled it down to see if my tolerances would work out. And this right here, I'm going to have to print it again at 50% speed, which is still pretty fast. And it's 2 millimeters thick, right? Yeah, 2 millimeters thick down there. So hopefully, because my red filament comes tomorrow, and then I just have this giant button, and then you have your feather down there, and then the bottom cover, it just screws in with these 4 screws.
Nice.
And you'll have like a peppermint candy cane button. So that's the idea here. Yeah, so I have here is the first part I printed it last night. It only took I think an hour and a half to print this piece here. Yeah, and this piece here I think took like 30 minutes, which is the bottom part. But yeah, it's just the ESP feather.
That's 6 hours on a curly.
Right, or more.
I think the dual extrusion would have taken 17 hours, bro.
Yeah, I probably would have taken way longer if I would have printed this in 2 colors. But the top, you just can't really.
No, yeah, you can see
it's so integrated. But
yeah,
with this, I think it's kind of a clever way.
Yep, the filament or the fillet on it. That would be pretty difficult to have it slide in.
Yep. And then just these little notches to kind of register the top cover so that it doesn't slide around. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna work on. Hopefully, you can get it done in time. And always good to test a small version of your ideas and your tolerances.
Yeah.
And I don't have red filament yet. I'm waiting on the red filament. Otherwise, I'd be printing right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's what everybody's printing right now. Red, green, white.
Red and white. Yeah. Yeah.
Silver. Gold.
Yep. Gold. Yeah.
Silver and gold.
That's right. Still on the topic of kind of prototyping. We just finished. We just got these parts from JLC PCB.
Yes.
This is the 3rd, count them, 3 cases. This is the USB universal solar charger with the DC jack and USB-C, and then the input and outputs, or the bat and the load. So we got that one in stock now. These are coming in the Adafruit store soon. This is the 3 volt buck, I think, of the BQ2185 solar charge. I'm just trying to open this here. There we go. Yeah, so this one has the 3 screw block terminals and the JST for the battery, and then USB for power. So this is going to be hopefully in stock this week. And then we just got these back today. This is also the BQ25185 solar charger, but this one has the 5 volt boost on it. So you have these 2 screw block terminals for negative and positive for your input, and then your battery connects here, and then this is USB right there, USB-C. So these both have M.2 sized tabs, Adafruit logos on the bottom there. We're going to stock these, and this one's already has been in the store, and that has some text on there too for those labels. So that's the 3rd one. Yay, I think I'm done.
Hey, Taith is asking
for that.
For the older solar charger, yes, the wider one is, I don't know how old, but the oldest one.
Yeah, this is
old enough that I already had it in my pile of parts.
That's funny. It's
I was going to go order it. I'm like, oh, I already have it.
Yeah. I forget what the thing is. Does it say on the back here? The BQ24074 solar chip. Yeah, and this has the LiPo charger with load sharing output. Yeah. This one seems to be like the overall nice one. Yep. It goes like this, actually.
Yeah.
Does it? How does it go?
No. You had it right. You had it right. The barrel first.
Barrel first.
Because then it can stick out to allow.
Yeah.
The gap.
Yeah. No screws needed. This has like these little stoppers to prevent it from flopping around in there. And then you just want to line this up with the right. Hard to see it in this lighting, but there's text in there. And then they just snap like so. There you go, bat and load. So you know what's there. Adafruit logo on the bottom. Yeah, JLC stuff, very good. It's got a good flex to it. It's strong, and I think it's heat resistant as well.
Yes, it is.
It's like more heat resistant than PLA.
Heat resistant and moisture resistant as well.
Oh, really? No, that's good to know.
Yeah, because I was looking at, should I print the other one, the SLA one, or not the SLA, the nylon one?
Right. Yeah, they have the SLS, I think is what it is.
Yeah, SLS. But it didn't say the moisture resistant as one of the properties for that material.
Yeah, these are like matte finish, like matte to the touch, so they're not like silky or anything, or powdery like some of the stuff from the SLS stuff. All right, so that's what we are working on. That's what I'm working on. Things for stocking and yeah. One last thing I think I could talk about is we're doing a lot of stepper stuff. So we're testing out the new stepper drivers. This is the A4988 stepper driver, silent stepper driver. So I needed to bring out this project that's been in the back burner for like 3 years or so. This is going to be a camera slider with 3 axes. So we have these 2 aluminum extrusions, some V slot rails to make this nice motorized camera with 2 steppers. So I took out the stepper here so that I can test it, but I'll put it back together. And I think in the future, hopefully we'll have like a new Adafruit stepper motor wing so that we can control 2 steppers.
Very cool.
And then this right here is the other stepper that controls the second axis. So it's linear and then radial.
Very cool.
And then I may or may not need a slip ring, like the slip ring here, that I can completely rotate in 3 degrees, 360 rather, continuously. But I had to print this piece out because some of the tolerances were incorrect. And now I printed this in like 30 minutes as opposed to like 3 hours on my old printer. So I'm excited to like print bigger parts, mechanical parts with higher tolerance accuracies.
Yeah,
it's just fun. You can do this all day. Yeah, so this is going to be like next year's project, is to finally get our camera slider working now that we have new hardware in the works for doing steppers.
Awesome.
And I also got these pancake steppers that I'm dying to use because they take your traditional NEMA 17 thickness and you squish it down into this pancake, and look how much thinner that is. These are awesome. They are 12 volts as well, and they're just so cute and flat. And I want to use this stepper, this one here, to make like a DIY motorized turntable for photography. And I think I'll be able to get the case pretty thin with this here, or at least this thick, because like the shaft has to be accommodated for it. But yeah, you take your standard one, you just kind of pancake size it. They're both the same mounting holes, voltage. I think they can do the same amount of torque as well. So yeah, I'm excited to finally use these things.
Very cool.
Yeah, you can get these from Amazon for like $12. Pancake steppers from Stepper Online. They have this little data sheet with like the technical drawings, which is kind of cool. Maybe we'll stock these too, because these are really great. Like, why would you get something so big if you can make it this size and like the same amount of torque and voltage ratings? So doing some steppers, getting back into steppers.
Very cool.
So that's what I got going on.
Awesome. That means R2D2.
Yeah, I want to do an R2D2
behind
finally, but like my own version of R2D2. R3D3. I got a question here from Nike Kitri. Does that fit the BQ25? Yes, this one here. Yeah, we have two variants of the BQ25185. We have the 3 volts buck and the 5 volt boost. Buck and boost. We're gonna do both of them. So yeah. Yes. Cool. Yeah, so we got a lot of things cooking, which is great. I like having a lot of things in motion. Yeah. So that covers prototyping and shop talk, a little bit of 3D printer tips, some new components. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, next up, we got a time-lapse video from Pedro this week. It is honoring a very famous internet cat.
I didn't realize it was.
Yeah, Grumpy Cat passed away in 2019.
I thought it was just like a Christmas angel cat. Like they dressed him up.
It is a Christmas angel cat, and the original Grumpy Cat just passed away in 2019.
So of course, multi-material for the eyes. You got the red and the black pupils, and then the hat prints separately. So that pops on and off. And then the wings, I got the shiny blue.
You're a little out of focus there, just a little.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to focus.
Does it auto
so close? It does, but I don't think I think the focus is probably right there.
Oh, that's your Logitech webcam. Yeah. I ditched my Logitech. I'm finally using my phone again because you can't beat the autofocus on these.
Yeah, oh my god,
Grumpy Cat.
Brightness. You can't see the detail, but there's a bunch of detail on his where his arms and all that is. You kind of see it there. But yeah, nice, excellent print. I printed two at the same time, with the second model being the flush model, and then the long extrusion for color change greatly decreased the purge waste material.
Good tip. Yeah, I still have to try those settings out, like the flushing object. Let's take a look at the video. Here it is. Our Grumpy Cat in a much higher quality. So you're still using the DSLR for your time lapses using a magnetic switch. So every time it parks to purge, it's taking a photo. Is that right?
So I'm glad you brought that up, because the color change is only right up to where his eyeballs are. The head did not park as much, so I had to go back the intervalometer. So still have to go that route, which was a little bit easier, because when I have the magnetic switch, the head for changing the color, that's what's actually triggering it.
Yeah.
So when it's doing that, it's lowering the bed and then hiring it up again. So I'd have to go frame by frame and delete the frame where the bed is raising. For this, because it's not changing as often, the bed just kept going down. So it's definitely more easier to create the time lapse for this.
Okay, very good.
Intervalometer, you're still going to need it for for this.
Yeah,
for DSLR anyway.
Good look at the tree supports. And did you set all that up, or was the file ready to go for you?
I think it was already set up.
That's great.
Import into Bamboo. I think I lowered the density and what else?
The purge or the towers.
The tower, yes, I did decrease the size of the tower,
which is
so
great.
It's like by default, it's like 35 by 45.
Yeah, it's big.
I drop it down to 15 by 20.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That seems to be okay. You see a little bit of red bleeding in his face, but that just looks like he's blushing, or that it's
he's blushing.
Red cast because of the white filament.
Yeah. So this is a free model from Sevro.
Oh, here it is. Click on the second one. You could see that he attached a magnet to it. The second, and he has.
Oh, that's floating. Incredible! It's floating. Yeah, I gotta get one of these things. These electromagnet hover thingies. Always wanted to play with one of these.
Yeah, super cool.
All the different colors. And then the hat is a separate model.
Yeah. guessing that's the Christmas
Looks like
version.
this has like some of the fuzzy skin. Doesn't it look like
Oh,
fuzzy
yeah,
skin?
yeah, it does.
Could be the fuzzy
Either
skin.
that or maybe it's just the matte material.
Ah,
But yeah, I should have tried that.
yeah. There's a little bit of issues with the paw. Like it's hard to print that detail.
Oh, yeah.
And the
you're
wing
right.
too.
See a little bit
A
of
lot of overhang detail.
it's probably from the tree supports.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a free model. You can open it in Bamboo Studio. They updated it in November to have the Santa hat.
Yeah, it's super cute with the Santa hat.
Folks have been printing it.
Should go ahead and like punch a little hole through it to turn it into an ornament.
Or an ornament, yeah. Honor the famous cat. Is no longer with us.
Again, I thought it was they were just dressing the cat up as a Christmas angel.
No, man, like it was big news. It was the big internet news when our poor cat passed away.
Did you say it was worth $19 million?
It was worth $19 million. No, it was like $9 million or something. I think I did a Google search, like when did Grumpy Cat pass? Yeah. Well, good time lapse.
In
honoring internet cat. All right. We do have a couple of community makes this week, starting off with a remix of the stand for our Star Fragment Lamp project. It's posted up by ReconBot. And ReconBot just did a different little base so that it's like mounted in this way. Looks like it was printed on a Prusa. Use the Star Fragment spike to make it a perfect fit holder for the Star Fragment lamp right on a spike. Left the bottom open so I could put it on my tree. Could probably model the lamp stand attachment too if there's interest. So yeah, this is going to be a tree topper.
Nice.
So it's just a nice little base for it. I kind of like that. I think next year I might do that because I really love this project. It's super fun. Yeah. Very good. Shout out to ReconBot for posting up their remix. After that, we have a make of the Nefertiti bust that we turned into a planter. It was posted by Isolation Alaska, and they said the wife loves to fill it with plants, and now it's mixed in with our Christmas decorations. Very excellent. Yeah. And it looks like the layout has been updated here on the Prusa Printables website, which is cool. Yeah. Very good. And the last one this week is posted up by E. Ellen, and they posted up their make of the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom Key, I guess. And no details on what it was printed on, but it's just nice to see a nice prop of this really cool, iconic prop. No electronics, just a fun prop that screws together. And that reminds me, that's one thing I want to test out, the tolerances for coils and threads and stuff. Like I haven't tested any parts yet with that because I know I had to do quite a bit of an offset when I would print with the Ultimakers. They were tighter tolerances, and then I had to redo the tolerances yet again for the Creality printers. So I'm wondering how will the tolerances turn out on the Bambulab printers? Am I even going to need an offset? I'm guessing probably not because they're so nice and accurate that there's no zits or Z seams that I have to accommodate for this this friction when you're like screwing things together. So I'll have to test that. Yeah. And that's all this week's community makes. Thank you everybody for posting up your makes. The last ones of 2024. All right, we're doing really good on time here. Folks, if you want to pick up anything in the Adafruit shop, you could use our code PyTouch, but I would recommend using the Gibson code. What is it? Gibson 15. Get you 15% off your order. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so check this out if you want to pick anything up. I think Tyeth said on the last day, the last tier was like UPS 2-day select. I think. Yeah, next day UPS is the right before Christmas, so that's the last one. It's a little pricey, so up to you. All right. Later tonight, we have back-to-back shows, starting off with As Seen on Show and Tell. Adafruit's Show and Tell live stream starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Come on by in the Adafruit Discord server so you can get an invite link so you can come on and share your projects. And then at 8 p.m. is Ask an Engineer. We'll get a full hour, I think, of Lamar and PT. Open source hardware news, new products, top secret stuff, and more. And it'll be, I think, the last show because next Wednesday is the 25th. And that's Feliz Navidad. You all right, Pedro? Looks like you're...
Yep.
You're
Merry Xmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year.
Yeah. This year Hanukkah falls on the same day as Christmas.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. Yep. We're doing both.
Nice.
At a friend's house. We're doing like half Christmas and half Hanukkah. So we'll be spinning dreidels and caroling at the same time. Good stuff. Now what other way to end the show than to say thank you everybody so much for a fantastic year. Hope everybody's safe out there and maybe find some time to work on a fun project. Did you want to share this Elf on the Shelf thing or?
I forgot what I was gonna.
The 3D printed goggles, the VR.
No, I think how I was gonna weave it into shop talk. I think how thin the little bands on it were.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, for sure, it's gonna break off, but no, it was nice and sturdy. Even the support material on there held up really good.
See this dog's tail? You're not supposed to touch the elf on the shelf. So those are elves on the shelves with 3D printed VR headsets. And the VR headset, where'd you find it? On Bamboo?
Yeah.
Maker World?
Mm-hmm.
And they're multicolor?
It came out really good.
They're multicolor, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be teasing presents.
Yeah. Yeah, the mini Salukis, they have this tail that's just like, it creates this gust of wind that's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of air coming off of that tail.
Show the detail off after they are done wearing it. But yeah, I liked how the band and all the detail came in really good.
That's hilarious.
Even the
tech savvy elves.
What are they called? The little holder thingies even came out good too.
Oh, they're wearing the controllers.
Yeah, they both have the controllers on.
Is that foreshadowing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep,
for the kids.
That's what they're
getting the Galaxy, not the Galaxy. What is it called? The Meta Quest.
Yeah, the Quest.
That's funny. I have yet to try any VR headsets.
You know what? I have not either. And Gavin was trying it out at Maker Space.
Maker Fair. Yeah, right.
Maker Fair.
Maker Space. We're going
to the dude was showing off how he was doing the sculpting in VR for the props he was making. So that was cool.
Man, that's what I would be doing. I would be doing I'd be doing, of course, like drums. You know, I would be doing virtual drums.
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber. I'd love to try Beat Saber.
I think it comes with the Batman game.
Yeah. I get motion sick, so I wonder how it works for me.
That's what I'm wondering about too. So I was happy that he didn't get motion sick or anything.
Right. These kids these days. I mean, he grew up with like an iPad in the car. And like I get motion sick.
Yeah, I know. I can't look at my phone too long in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very funny.
The detail. That's what I was going to highlight and segue during the shop talk.
Just love that the dog knocked over the shelf. Yeah. You gotta have two elves because you have two kids. One elf for every kid.
Yeah.
Very funny. Traditions.
I think that's what we were gonna say though. Just the quality of the thinness of it.
Yeah. You got a comment from Tyeth. My brother gets badly motion sick. He lasted 20 minutes first go. We did half an hour, but we get used to it quickly. No adverse effects. Good to know. Yeah. So the more you use it, I suppose, the more you'll kind of adapt to being in that virtual space. Cool. All right. I'm looking forward to seeing what the kids do and what you come up with too when you start sculpting in 3D space. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I haven't sculpted anything in 3D.
No,
Never
neither.
really.
Same here.
It's been a while.
I mean, I've not even put it on, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember using, was it ZBrush when we first started printing back in 2012?
Yep.
So I imagine it's like that. Okay. I won't be on show until tonight, but I'll be watching.
Yep. I'll try to make it on.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
You got your stand, since we didn't show that off in the video or the guide at all. So
that's right. Yeah.
Stand
So
off.
show up the stand.
Yeah.
Cool. Very good. And then I think JP is on tomorrow with his workshop. And then I think Scott might be back. He might still be traveling. If not, we got Tim, Foamy Guy. We'll be doing a deep dive, I think. And then next week, I think everyone is out because it's like the week of the holidays.
Yeah, this is it. This is crazy. The year's over.
The year is over.
Yeah. Saying Happy New Year in like a week.
Yeah, we'll be back on the 8th, which is Wednesday, the 8th of January.
Awesome. I think we got one last video. It'll be the yearly roundup of all the projects we worked on this year.
Yeah. And hopefully we get out this IoT switch. So I'm going to be working on that after the show, or when the filament comes, I got to start printing. But yeah. All right, folks, that's going to do it. We'll see you next year. But until then, remember to make a great
year.
Oh, great year. Look at that. Bye, everybody.